Good morning, lovely people. Welcome to today's newspaper review on Emirate Radio. Emirate Radio, located behind Federal Ministry of Environment of Najeebat Oyerinde, Kwara State, Nigeria. I am Misturah Issa, and with me,
I am Najeebat Oyerinde, and happy World Teachers Day to every teachers impacting to us. We say a very big thank you to all. You are valued and you are special. Thank you so much.
On today's newspaper review, we'll be looking at the Punch newspaper, Daily Post newspaper, the Nation newspaper, the Leadership, and what newspaper?
I have the Leadership newspaper as well, the Daily Post, and the Punch newspaper this morning.
Before we dive into the story, let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's now time to take a look at the story making headline on Nigeria National Daily this morning. Starting with the Punch newspaper, retired General Bar calls for state of emergency.
From the Leadership newspaper this morning, Zulum to resettle 3 more communities after strengthening border town security.
On Punch newspaper, reps panel meet political parties today.
Still on the Leadership newspaper, Kano writes World Medical Association over health conditions in DSS custody.
Heading to Daily Post newspaper, Peter Obi demands stern punishment for politicians with forged academic certificates.
Moving to the Daily newspaper this morning, Nimet forecast 3-day thunderstorm rain across Nigeria.
On the Nation newspaper, Tinubu PDP hails Okpebholo's road infrastructure revolution.
Moving to the Punch newspaper this morning, Fubara's men absent at Gulf reunion with Wike.
Moving to Leadership, alleged certificate forgery, pressure mount on Science Minister Naji to resign.
Still on the Punch newspaper this morning, and from the world of entertainment, what fans loved about BB Niger Season 10 winner Imisi.
And also on Daily Post, false misleading, Army denies bandits overrun troop in Kwara.
And lastly on the Punch newspaper from my side, Egypt's president backs Trump's Gaza ceasefire plan.
Starting with the Punch newspaper, retired generals back call for state of emergency. Some retired senior military officers have backed the call by a former chief of defense staff, General Lucky Urabu, for the declaration of a state of emergency to effectively address the Boko Haram insurgency. In his new book, Scars, Nigeria's Journey and the Boko Haram Conundrum, Urabu argued that the absence of political will had hindered Nigerian response to the insurgency, stressing that an emergency proclamation backed by the National Assembly would mobilize all elements of national power towards ending the war. Urabu, who served as the CDS under the Buhari administration, wrote the government had not yet mustered the political will and instrument to declare a war against Boko Haram. With an emergency proclamation backed by the National Assembly, there will be greater and more focused attention by the government to galvanize all the elements of national power towards the war. Despite being degraded by the military following the killing of many of its top commanders and the arrest of hundreds of its foot soldiers, Boko Haram's attack in the north have intensified recently, causing widespread destruction and displacement.
Starting from the Leadership newspaper this morning, Zulum to resettle 3 more communities after strengthening border town security. Borno State Governor Professor Babangana Umar Zulum has assured residents of the border town of Banki that robust security measures will be implemented to protect them from further attacks by Boko Haram insurgents. Governor Zulum, who was on a working visit to the town on Saturday, was received by a large and enthusiastic crowd. He commended the people for their courage and resilience in the face of a recent attack, urging them not to be disheartened. I purposely came to Banki to salute your courage. Your act of bravery is really encouraging, Governor Zulum stated. Continuing, he said we should not allow a few bad elements to display his town whose businesses and economic activities have been thriving. As part of his ongoing post-conflict recovery program, the governor also has announced the planned resettlement of 3 communities and other local government area. Governor Zulum also confirmed that the rehabilitation of Banki Road has commenced, with 30 trucks already deployed to repair the dilapidated roads.
Still glued to Punch newspaper, Reps panel meet political parties today. The House of Representatives Committee on Constitution Review will today meet with the leadership of registered political parties in the ongoing move to amend the 1999 Constitution. Chaired by the Deputy Speaker of the House, Benjamin Kalu, the committee has identified key areas of possible amendment to the nation's extant laws, including state police, power revolution, local government autonomy, and special seats for women, among others. The committee a few weeks ago toured the 6th geopolitical zone, collecting stakeholders' input on the constitution review process, and is expected to submit a final draft to the National Assembly in December 2025 for adoption. In a statement issued yesterday by the House spokesperson Akin Rotimi, the Green Chamber said the section will feature deliberations on priority areas such as special seats for women, judicial and electoral reforms, independent candidacy, local government reform, state policing, human rights, and justice. Speaking ahead of the engagement, Kalu described the meeting as a strategic platform for political parties to bring their experience and institutional insight to bear.
Sudan leadership newspaper, Kano writes World Medical Association over health conditions in DSS custody. Leader of the banned indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has petitioned the World Medical Association over what he described as serious health challenges and inadequate medical care in the custody of the Department of State Services. In a letter dated October 3, 2025, and signed by Kanu's International Counsel Bruce Finn on his behalf and addressed to the WMA President, Dr. Jacqueline, Kanu claimed that his health condition had deteriorated due to insufficient medical attention in detention. A copy of the letter made available to the newsman, Kanu had been detained in a Nigerian facility in solitary confinement of more than 4 years without a trial after his arrest in Nairobi, Kenya in June 2021. The letter, which was copied to the Registrar of the Federal High Court, Abuja, the Department of State Services, the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, and the Nigerian Medical Association, said the situation had reached a life-threatening threshold. It appealed to the WMA to engage with the NMA to ensure that Kano receives the highest professional standard of medical care and that his medical providers are allowed to work without intimidation or interference. He demanded the release of NMA medical team's report of September 2022, which the Federal High Court had warned any delay could create the real danger that a replacement panel may be assembled, thereby undermining the medical truth.
Heading to the Post newspaper, Peter Obi demands 10 punishment for politicians with forged academic certificate. The Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 general elections, Peter Obi, has called for 10 punishment for politicians with forged academic certificate. In a post on his verified X handle today, Obi stressed the need to end the era where forgery and deceit are rewarded with power, adding that true leadership must begin with truth. Lamented that the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) makes little or no effort to scrutinize certificates before the elections. How do you tell young Nigerians to be honest and upright when those they are supposed to emulate are the least to be emulated because they are criminals and dishonest? Certificate forgery is a serious criminal offense in all countries of the world. It is one of the most corrupt practices heavily punished. Imagine the minister forged. So how would they suppose even scrutinize all those things before the man emerged, before he was appointed as a minister?
Well, it's happened to some presidents too, actually. So we cannot say a mere minister cannot do that. Actually, even there was a news last week that some policemen forged their certificates, their age limits and how they forged it so that they could get more promotion and how like that. I just feel like okay, they should just try and put him into law because even if it's someone working in a ministry in a state, I know what they will do for the person. They will eventually just tell the person to stop working and all. But as far as it's a minister, he is not above the law. It should be called to. Yes, it should be called to them. Joining you on the daily newspaper this morning, Nimet forecast 3-day thundering across Nigeria. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has predicted rainy and thundery weather conditions across Nigeria from Monday to Wednesday. Nimet weather outlook released on Sunday in Abuja emphasized thunderstorm with moderate rainfall over parts of Jigawa, Zamfara, Kano, Kaduna, Bauchi, Yobe, and Katsina in the northern states on Monday morning. The agency predicted rains in Kebbi, Adamawa, Taraba later in the day. Nimat envisaged sunny skies with patchy clouds on Tuesday in the north with thunderstorm with rain persisting in parts of Adamawa, Taraba, and neighboring states. The agency cautioned residents in flood-prone areas to activate emergency responses, avoid driving during heavy rains, secure loose objects, and take precautions against strong winds and low nighttime temperatures. Nimet urged the public to disconnect electrical appliances during storms and avoid shelter under all trees.
Adding to the Nation newspaper, Tinubu PDP hailed Okpebolo's road infrastructure revolution. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has lauded the infrastructural strength of Edo State Governor Monday Okpebolo, particularly the ongoing building of the state's first ever flyover. He described it as a landmark intervention in easing urban traffic and modernizing Edo transport system. The president extolled the government's foresight in embarking on the 1-kilometer flyover project at Ikpeba Hill in Ikoba, Oha local government, noting that its completion would transform vehicular movement and strengthen the urban fabric of Benin City. Tinubu praised Okpebolo's early performance in office, affirming that the governor has set a new standard of governance in Edo. The president, represented by the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, said the governor's bold approach the road and bridge construction in the state underscored the All Progressive Congress APC progressive agenda. He constated the efficiency of state-driven projects with some federal contracts, lamenting that contractors often display greater discipline when working under governors than when handling federal assignments. He pledged to enforce stricter accountability standards at the federal level to ensure value for money and timely delivery.
Moving to the Punch newspaper this morning, Fubara's men absent at Gulf's reunion with Wike. Other signs of a renewed reconciliation between River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his political mentor, now Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, appeared to emerge following a high-level meeting of key political stakeholders in Port Harcourt. The closed-door meeting held on Saturday night brought together Fubara, Wike, members of the Rivers Herders and Leaders Council, the leadership of the State House of Assembly, and the several prominent politicians loyal to the FCT minister, including members of River National Assembly caucus. Although details remain stretchy, as of the time of filing this report, sources said the meeting was convened at the instance of the chairman of the Rivers Elders and Leader Council, Chief Ferdinand Alabraba. However, concerns have surfaced over the absence of Fubara's loyalists, marking the second time such a peace gathering was reported dominated by Wike's camp. Governor Fubara returned to the office on September 18, following the suspension of the 6-month emergency rule in the state and the exit of Vice Admiral Iboke Teibas, who served as a state administrator under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Since his reinstatement, the governor has dissolved the Rivers State Pension Boards and the State Microfinance Agency, both reconstituted during Iba's administrations. Among those present at the Saturday meeting were Wike Fubara, Alabraba, Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Martins, Deputy Speaker, House of Assembly Leader Major Jack, and Senate Caucus Leader Senator Barry Impigi. Also in attendance were former and serving lawmakers, including Senator Magnus Abe, George Sekibo, Olaka Nwogu, Wilson A.K. Felix, and Ilkelechi Nwogu. Other attendees also are present. Recall that on September 19, when Fubara returned to the state after his reinstatement, neither members of the State Assembly, local government chairman, nor Wike loyalists were at the Port Harcourt International Airport to receive him. Similarly, during the Independence Thanksgiving service at St. Paul's Cathedral, Garrison, last Sunday, most of the figures who attended Saturday's meeting were noticeably absent.
Moving to the leadership newspaper, alleged certificate for the pressure mount on Science Minister Inaji to resign. Pressure is mounting on the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Uche Nnaji, to resign from his cabinet position over an alleged certificate forgery. Two prominent civil society organizations, the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center and Transparency International Nigeria, have called on Minister Uche Nnaji, who is involved in the certificate scandal, to resign and apologize to the nation. The leader of the CSOS, Comrade Awal Musa Rafsanjani, said in an interview with newsmen that politicians do not need to acquire degree by hook or by crooks, as they can hold any position with a school certificate as provided for in the constitution. Rafsanjani observed that the minister has not resigned because he is close to president. He, however, insisted that leaders must lead by example. So now people will start calling for the man should just resign because it's somehow...
That's just the next thing.
I think even for this political position in Nigeria, you can tender your school certificate. That is the secondary school certificate.
It's part of the requirements.
Why is it? It's not a must, you must have a degree.
Yes.
But why they even
they should just allow him, they should just terminate his appointment. That's just because Nigeria will keep
close to the president.
It's
so that's why he has not resigned yet.
Nigerians will keep talking about it because there are a lot of this forgery of a thing and how it has been rampant. So they should just allow him resign and let peace reign, because we Nigerians will not get over it until until he resigns. So they should just try as much as possible to put him to law, because I really wish to know the end of this headline actually. Still on the Punch newspaper this morning, and on the world of entertainment, what fans loved about BB Naija season 10 winner Imisi. Yesterday was all about Imisi.
Well deserved.
Imisi Oluwa Opeyemi Anyonwale, popularly known as Imisi, didn't just win Big Brother Naija season 10. She captured hearts with her unique mix of humor, authenticity, and resilience. Fans followed her journey closely, noting several defining traits that made her one of the most memorable housemates of the season. Imisi is 23-year-old. Imisi's comic timing, witty remarks, and playful banter often stole the show, especially during tense moments. Her ability to make housemates and viewers laugh are unmatched. She stayed true to herself, bringing a down-to-earth energy that resonates with fans. Unlike some housemates who played the game strategically, Imisi's authenticity became a superpower. Imisi openly shared personal struggles, including the heartbreak of sexual abuse in her past, creating a deeper emotional connection with viewers. Her close bond with Kola, whom she affectionately calls her brother, was one of the highlights of her journey. Their friendship provided both humor and support throughout the season. Imisi, who hailed from Oyo State, often spoke Yoruba language in the house, breaking Big Brother's English-only rule in a way fans found endearing and relatable. Imisi's fashion sense often stressed fans, from her wigs to scary makeover, her outfits, but others loved unapologetic, unconventional style. Congratulations to Imisi. Everybody was like, Imisi. Actually, I'm not a fan of Big Brother, but yesterday I was
the win because she brought content to this season.
The fact that Big Brother Nigeria is not my thing, but when I saw people rooting out for Imisi, I was happy for her because like people out there really voted for Imisi.
Can imagine
the difference is clear,
very clear,
very very clear.
She's loved by the people.
Exactly, because in how we do, we should just actually come clean, come natural, because that was what helped her, because she didn't fake anything. Yes. She was plain and whole. Congratulations to Imisi, the Big Brother season 10 participants.
And joining you on Daily Post newspaper, Army denies bandits overrun troops in Kwara. The Nigerian army has refuted reports making the round that bandits overran in troops and made away with 6 general-purpose machine guns and over 30,000 rounds of ammunition in Obanla, Kwara State. There were speculations that bandits reportedly ambushed military units after receiving intelligence about their impending operations against them. The report also said no fewer than 6 general-purpose machine guns and more than 30,000 rounds of ammunition were seized from the Nigerian army during attacks forced by the bandits. Reacting in a statement yesterday, the Deputy Director, Army Public Relations, 2 Division, Polycarp Okoye, described the report as false and misleading. Okoye stated that troops of 148 Battalion currently conducting clearance operation across Kogi and Kwara State had instead recorded significant operational successes. He further explained that the soldiers recently mounted a blocking position along the Kwara-Ekiti border, where they neutralized 2 armed bandits and recovered 2 brand new AK-47 rifles.
It
is well in Kwara State. You see those that route. Kwara Kogi roads.
Yes.
That place is not safe again. God just help us.
The fact that
the insecurity now is very much. Like, look at what is happening in Kwara. Kwara is a state of armament.
Now they brought down people from Okiode nursing school down to Ilorin now because of the insecurity going around there. May God help us there. And the government is actually working on it. They are working tirelessly, but then the oppositions are after them. They are dealing with insecurity.
I don't know what they even want.
They are dealing with.
Bandits should be asking for, telling you that this is what I want for us to stop this.
Is the audacity for me. The fact that the Kwara State government are battling with insecurity, the other hand they are battling with opposition's attacks. We just find a way to go out of this issues going on, because it's not funny at all. People are now scared to go out,
stay in their own town. Look at the place that is very peaceful.
Now people were posting fake news all around, and those fake news are causing a lot of apprehensions to people, because they would say, okay, this attack is happening here and there, and it's not happening. They are just creating a lot of apprehensions for people. I just urge everybody to just try and source the real information from
before
the
disseminating
yes, before spreading it out.
Is the easier way to disseminate information.
Exactly.
It's going more viral.
There are a lot of people out there, they are not even journalists, but just for them to just create viewers, to call attention, to just build up that content and throw it out and say, okay, this is happening somewhere and somewhere there. Please, we should just hold, and if we want to post anything, we should look for news from authentic sources, not just, okay, you saw it somewhere and just screenshot it and post just to create unnecessary apprehension. And still on the Punch newspaper this morning, Egypt's president backs Trump's Gaza ceasefire plan. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi praised U.S. President Donald Trump's Gaza plan on Monday as negotiators from Hamas, Israel, and the United States converged on Egypt to discuss a hostage prisoner exchange and ceasefire. I can wholly extend my praise and appreciation for U.S. President Donald Trump for his initiative that seeks a ceasefire in Gaza after 2 years of war, genocide, killing and destruction, Sisi said in an address to mark the 1973 war between Israel and Egypt that led to the end of Israel's occupation of Sinai Peninsula, a ceasefire, the return of prisoners and detainees, the reconstructions of Gaza, and the launch of a peaceful political process that leads to the establishment and recognition of the Palestinian state means we are on the right path to lasting peace and stability. Sisi on Monday praised the accord, calling it the foundation of future peace deals in the regions and saying it must be strengthened. Egypt has acted as a key mediator between Hamas and Israel, along with Qatar and United States.
Well, I think that's where we're going to end our newspaper review for today, because time is not by our side.
Yeah, our time is fast spent.
For more details on the stories, please visit the newspapers we've mentioned. We have the leadership
newspaper, the daily newspaper, and the Punch newspaper to check all other headlines roaming around the world.
That ends the newspaper review for today. I am Misturah Issa.
And I am Najeebat Oyerinde. And happy World Teachers Day once again. Thanks for listening.
Bye.